Alright, so this Knife Thoughts video is going to be a little bit, or actually a lot different than my normal videos. And right off the bat, if you're not at all interested in Magic the Gathering cards, this probably isn't the Knife Thoughts video for you. There will be a little bit of knife content in opening these cards with this knife here, and also some discussion about some interesting parallels between the two different hobbies. But it'll be mostly focused on the cards. So if you're not interested in that, check out my other videos. If you're mostly interested in Magic cards, the reason I'm doing this video is because a friend and coworker and training partner recently gave me this box of cards, and so he has a YouTube channel called Cascade Card Wranglers. It's relatively new, but he opens boxes, some of them pretty old, and does things like that, all with Magic the Gathering cards. And he gave me this box, and I wanted to do my own video and kind of, promote his channel. So if you're interested in Magic the Gathering, check out Cascade Card Wranglers. I've enjoyed watching his videos so far. I think it's always exciting to kind of hear the excitement in someone's voice about any subject, even if it's not the same subject that you have, the most knowledge and excitement of, like I do with knives. But I'm gonna open this box, and I've never done an unboxing for these cards. I've really only gotten them secondhand. I've gotten maybe one or two booster packs, but I've never opened a box. So we'll get right to it here. Now this is for the relatively new set Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths, that came out during quarantine for most people here in the United States. So it came out a little differently than normal, and this is a pre-release pack. So as I understand it, and again, I'm not an expert on Magic the Gathering, these pre-release packs are usually normally done so that you can, start playing this set before the kind of official or full release. But it's a sealed box here, so I'm going to open it up, and I was really thinking about what knife I should use in this video. Thought about using the American Blade Works model, or EDC keychain knife, and the Tactical Keychains Tuck, because they're, will work well for this just small knives. I ended up going with this knife, which is the Gradation Cutlery, Tidioute Cutlery, number 62. Let's see, there's GC, carbon, must be on the other side of the main blade. There we go, number 620220. And the reason I decided to go with this knife is because it's in unicorn ivory acrylic, and I don't know if there are any unicorn creatures in this set, but there are unicorns in Magic overall. So I thought this was probably my most Magic related knife that I have. So let's open it up. And by the way, I mentioned on one of his videos that he was using a kind of a normal craft knife with the X-Acto blades to open his boxes. And I mean, it works fine, but I said, I got to get you a fancier knife. So if you have any recommendations for what might be a good knife, for this type of use, opening these Magic boxes of different sorts and booster packs, definitely let me know in the comments. So it looks like this is a sleeve that comes off, and like I said, I've never opened one of these, so I don't exactly know what this is going to be all about. I don't know if this is a deck box or not. It's big. It's probably bigger than you need a deck box to be, but could certainly be used for that. And here we go. So this is a counter. You can use this for turns or things like that. There's all kinds of different reasons you might need a counter in the game, but this comes with the set here, because I think this is supposed to be, you can start playing right away. Although there aren't enough cards to make a full 60 deck. Usually I think people make what's called a limited deck, which is a 40 card deck. But let's see what else we have in here. So here is a little piece of literature on building a pre-release deck. And the plan with this here is I'm going to do an opening, and then after I make the video, I'm going to practice deck building with this. And that's kind of what I think the intention was there. So this goes over, you know, what you want to do to build a deck. One interesting note, and again, so I had always been interested in this game, Magic the Gathering. I didn't ever play growing up because I didn't know anyone who did. Somehow we had some of these cards at my house, but I don't know where they came from because none of my older brothers said that they played. So I don't know why we had them, but we had some. And I was always interested in it, interested in Dungeons and Dragons because I like that sort of thing. But I never knew anyone who played them. And then recently, about 4 or 6 months ago, I got some cards for free, some starter decks from a local game store because a few of my coworkers were playing. And so I've decided to start playing. I have only played casual games. I haven't really gotten super into the different rule sets, and I haven't really spent much, if any, money on it, which I'll talk about this in a second, but you can really spend a lot of money on it. But there's a couple new things that I have been aware of in this set, which is mutating, and this goes over that, and then the companion mechanic. But they changed this apparently. I'm not exactly sure how they changed it or what they changed it to, but they changed it. Let's see. So here is a legendary, and so when my friend who has the Cascade Card Wranglers channel opens the cards, he knows what they are right away, right? I don't. In fact, I don't know really. I won't know any of these cards, but there's a way to know how rare they are, and that's this thing right here. This is the set designator and symbol, and if it's black, it's a common card. If it's silver, it's an uncommon. If it's rare, it's gold, and if it's mythic, it's an orange, reddish, bronzish color. And in each of these packs that I'm going to open, there are apparently 16 cards, 1 marketing card, 1 basic land, 10 commons, 3 uncommons, and 1 rare. And it says occasionally about 1 in 8 packs is the rare is replaced by a mythic. And then there's the opportunity for a premium card, which I think basically means a foil, which is what this is. This is a foil. And yeah, looks like a good card, kind of like a Kraken thing there. So I'm going to leave it in the sleeve for now because I'm not actually building the deck yet, but let's see what else we have. See, normally you would get these like in the game store at the pre-release. Oh, probably shouldn't have shown you that. I actually haven't played Arena, but that was a code for some boosters on Arena. So if you really want to take that, go for it. But I would like to start playing on Arena, but I don't have a Windows computer, and I can't play it with the computer I have. And here are some counters that, you know, you can add these abilities to different cards. Let's see. This is just like a separator, I think. So getting to the decks, or not the decks, the packs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs. I'm not good at math, but what? That's 90 some cards. 60 plus 36, yeah, 96 cards. So there'd be 96 plus this one that was already in there. So you could actually make a 60 card, the normal card or deck size deck out of it. But I think with this number of cards, it's tough to make a full 60 card deck. But as I open these, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the things that interests me about this this card game is that it has an opening thing. This is one of those classic things for knife people. You know, you get a package and like it has clearly a thing to make it so you don't need a knife to open it. You can just tear it open. I'm gonna use a knife on every one of these anyway. Just like when, you know, we get our Amazon packages with the tear off thing, you use a knife, right? I'm gonna do that with these. But one of the things that interests me about this, and especially, you know, checking out my friend's YouTube channel, is that there are some really interesting similarities and dissimilarities between the magic hobby and the knife hobby. So they both are kind of collector based. And, you know, with collector based things, there's different levels, right? You can spend a little bit of money, get a few cards or a knife or two, and, you know, you're not going to make that money back, and you don't have to get super into it, but you can enjoy it, right? You can have a couple decks that you can get, you know, if you're starting out for free at the local game store, and maybe somebody gives you a couple, you know, extra cards, and you can have fun with that. Or you can maybe buy a deck for $15 or something like that, a Planeswalker deck, and you can have fun with it, and that can be it. Same with knives. You can buy a Rat one and a Mora and, you know, maybe something else, I don't know. And you can have those knives be good, not need anything else, and enjoy it beyond its pure practicality. Then you can kind of move into another step where you're spending more money, but you're not enough into the hobby that you know the market well enough, and you're in touch with the, you know, things that are being released and the different kind of nuances that you can make some money back, right? So you're spending a little bit of money, or maybe a good amount of money, and you know, you're really into it, but not enough that you can, you know, use it almost like an investment, or at least not lose too much money. And then you get into the next step, which is when you're really, really into it, you keep kind of your thumb on the pulse of the market and the community, and that allows you to, you know, make a little bit of money back so that it can be a little bit more affordable while still being really into it. And it's interesting to me that I think I'm kind of in that last category. Not always. Sometimes I slip back into the second category, and I think at times I've even slipped all the way back into the first category. But I think generally with, you know, doing a YouTube channel and blog and stuff, I'm sitting in that third kind of tier, and that's where, you know, Cascade Card Wranglers is. He buys some boxes and keeps them for a long time, 10 years, 5 years, something like 2 years, and then can sell some of them, but he also, you know, collects them. He has binders of all of the cards from a particular set, and, you know, plays and things like that. So it's interesting to see those similarities. So let's go ahead and open this. Kind of a lot of talking there. This is the first of 6, so this is shaping up to be a hefty video. So there's the promotional. Wait a second. Oh, that's okay. So here's a common prickly marmoset. Seems like a porcupine monkey type deal. Spontaneous flight, flying fox, kind of interesting. I was thinking about separating these by color, and I still might do that actually. I wasn't sure if I should separate them by color or rarity, but I think I'll do color because that'll make the deck building easier. Startling development. It's kind of funny art on that card. And I'm gonna slide these so that you can kind of see them. Whoops. There we go. And slide these over. Forbidden Friendship. Ram through. Oh, I saw some people talking about this card. I'll have to look at it more. Like, you could have something that was like ridiculously powerful with that in some card combination. That's one of those things that I really don't know it well enough to figure those things out. Blitz Leech. Doesn't look very like a nice creature. Welt. It's kind of cool. See how there's like arrowheads and knives and stuff in with the, I guess it's not really flowers, it's just arrowheads and knives and stuff. So that's an interesting piece of art. That's one thing that I like about these cards is that, weird name, Bushmeat Poacher for sure, definitely a weird name, is that they have cool art, and Magic historically has had kind of a particular art style, which the early ones are, I gotta say, and I'm not hating on the early Magic art style, but kind of like rough look to me. Cloud Piercer. Oh, this can mutate. That's cool. I'll try to use that in the deck, or some creature that mutates. Primal Empathy. I think that's what my dog feels like when when it puts its nose up against my face. It thinks it's that big. And I don't know what to do with these ones that are multiple different colors. I guess we're into the, uncommons now? I'll put this in green. Then the art kind of, got its, there's another mutate, got its own kind of look, and has had that for, what a ridiculous creature, Porcupine. Has had it for a while, and I think it's really nice looking. These have, and there's the land. Oh, that's I got a rare land, so that's interesting. Oh, it's a triome. I heard people talking about that too. That's interesting, because you can use this for all 3 different colors. So, and then we've got a swamp. Put that over there, and a dinosaur beast. Somehow this token has trample. I don't exactly understand how that works, but so that's one. And the art style is, I think, nice. I appreciate the art, kind of like cool looking stuff, and different artists work on them and stuff. But one interesting thing with this set, they often will have alternate art, and with this set, the alternate art has kind of like a manga or comic book style art, and I think it's pretty cool. So I'm hoping I get some of those alternate arts. I guess they do Dungeons and Dragons too. Didn't really know that. So there's a ferocious tigerilla, and that's the thing with this set. It's Lair of Behemoths, but the thing is that like all these, big beasts are mutated and are multiple different like types of things. So that's a tiger and a gorilla. There's a phased dolphin. It's an interesting way to ride a dolphin. Wow, Pyroceratops. That's kind of wild. Elemental dinosaur. Looks like we're getting a lot of red in these first 2 packs. Mutual Destruction. Fully grown. Is that green? Yeah, that's green. Unlikely Aid. Is that thing? Oh yeah, it's lifting her up. It's kind of funny. Gloom Pangolin. That one's so this set had 2 things that were kind of interesting. First was that they had there's some alternate or like showcase cards that are Godzilla based creatures, and one of them was called Space Godzilla Death Corona or something like that, but anyway, it said Death Corona, and these were coming out in April during like the height of the coronavirus pandemic, so it was not like the best look, and they decided to change it after the first printing. So I thought that was interesting from a historical standpoint that that card will only have been in the first printing, and it was changed because of this huge historic society changing thing that we've had. So I thought that was interesting. And then one thing, I don't know if I've seen people talk about this, but the Gloom Pangolin, for a while, and I don't know if this is still what people are thinking, they thought that the coronavirus had been transferred to humans from pangolins, and so a little gloomier than they might have expected. Oh, cool. Here is, and this is actually a common, so this isn't the fancy card yet, but this is the alternate art. I think it's pretty cool. It covers the whole card too. This has mutate, but I think it's a cool art style. I think it goes well with the other art style too. I don't think it's like, it's not jarring to me. It might be if you know the art style better. Big footprint, another red, alert heat bonder, splendor mare, kind of cool looking. Oh, there's a unicorn. There we go. Right there. Well, elk unicorn, but close enough. Sea dasher octopus. There's the rare. And that one has mutate also. Oh, and we got an uncommon dinosaur. Or no, that's an enchantment, but it's a reptilian reflection as our foil. Another red. And dismal blackwater. I gain life. I have a deck that it's a gain life deck. So that's what is that, the first or second pack? That was the second pack. So let's move right along to the third pack. About to get to halfway through. See, there's a King Kong that kind of is part of those showcase art cards, I think. Right, I'm leaving one card in there. Imposing Vantasaur. Wow. Spiky guy there. Another startling development. And that's the thing, normally when you build a full 60 card deck, you'll have like up to four of each card, and that I think seems like could be difficult when you're building from packs like that. Oh, I can see we got a foil there. Sudden Spinnerets. Is that like an elk that has, yeah, it's like an elk that has spider web ability. Evolving Winds. Search your library for a basic land card, put it into the field tapped. So that's interesting because you could use this ability if you needed a different type of land to find that particular type of land. So that's an interesting card. Memory Leak. I think I've seen a different version of that card. Essence Shatter. So this is another kind of art style that's in this pack. It's almost like cave art looking, and I think this is a really cool looking card. So like these creatures are still considered spells. That's probably super basic for anybody who's played this, but there's a Greater Sandworm. Pacifism. Again, I've seen that in a different version. That's pretty funny. He doesn't want to fight. Keep moving into the uncommons. Avian Oddity. There's an oddity there. So we're getting a lot of, well, I guess I'm not sure. Maybe a lot of red and blue. Momentum Rumbler. That's interesting. Stormwild Caprador. Weird looking thing. Bonder's Enclave. Oh, that's the rare. And this, you can add mana, draw a card, activate this ability on your controller. Oh, you can draw a card if you pay for it, basically. Tentative Connection. There's a foil of a common. And we've got a Plains Land and these are those token things. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is one interesting difference to me between knife collecting and this hobby, or the knife hobby and this hobby, and that is the ability to have these like true unboxings. So in knives, right, you know what you're getting. When you purchase a knife, you know what you're getting pretty much. For some traditional knives, you don't know what the scales might look like initially. Oh, that's a cool looking card, Divine Arrow. Doesn't look like it's going well for that Triceratops looking thing. But you pretty much know what you're getting. You might not know exactly what the handles will look like, but you know what the knife is. And so the unboxing, you're just kind of like waiting to see that it's good or whatever, that it's well made, Glamour Bell. In this, you literally don't know what you're getting. I mean, you know the set, and you can kind of know all of the different cards that you might get. There's another Pyroceratops, but you don't know what cards you're getting. That adds an interesting element for both, I think, the play or the use of the cards, that you can do these things like drafts, where each person gets a certain number of decks, or I keep saying decks, of packs, and you make a deck out of those packs after opening them, or you pass the packs around, and make a deck out of what you get. Adventurous Impulse. And that's an interesting thing. But another side to that, and I think we might have seen, yeah, there's a foil on there. Another side to that is that if you're going to collect them, you can collect them unopened. So you can definitely, collect and sell these Magic cards opened, right? You open them. If you get a card that's worth a bunch of money, you could play with it and sell it, but it would be worth less if it's, kind of damaged and played with. But you could keep it nice, keep it in a sleeve, and even though it's opened, it'll still be, basically worth more money because it's not used, it's not played with. And, you can sell the cards individually like that. But you can also, this is Heightened Reflexes, kind of cool looking card. Aegis Turtle, I feel like I've seen that card in a different set before too. That's cool. That guy didn't expect this little thing to have fangs. It's funny. But you can collect them unopened, and that's I think some people who are able to make a lot of money off of this hobby do a lot of that. So buy a bunch of boxes or a couple boxes or one box from a set and keep it for a while until its price has raised because of the secondary market, and you can sell that box unopened, or you can open it yourself and sell them individually. But I think that the interesting part is the selling the boxes unopened, because you don't know exactly what you're getting when you buy that, or exactly what you're selling. But it is kind of a commodity in itself, the box, because you have an idea of what you'll get with it or in it. Essence Symbiote. Easy Prey. Oh no. Oh, you think he's the easy prey, but really he's the easy prey. That's a funny one. And moving into the uncommons, and that's part of what my friend who does the Cascade Card Wranglers channel does. He saves some of them, saves some packs unopened or a box or whatever. And I think that's a really interesting thing. It's different. It's one of the, I mentioned a bunch of the similarities. It's one of the big differences between Boon of the Wish Giver. Oh, there's a card who gives wishes, or creature. Oh, I got a Planeswalker. That's cool. Oh, and that's a mythic. That's funny. That's cool. So this is a mythic, and that's because you can see that it's kind of like that gold color. And Planeswalkers are basically separate. The creatures are, you summon them with a spell. Planeswalkers can, I don't know if this is the case anymore. I read a little bit about it, but they can summon creatures. They can kind of phase shift between different worlds or planes. And so this is a good card. I don't know how much this is worth or anything like that, but it is a mythic and it's a Planeswalker, so that's a cool one. I'm gonna set it kind of aside. There's a full alternate art foil Necropanther, so that's kind of cool. It's a cool looking one. Looks like he's been eating well. I'm gonna put that in the black, I think. Jungle Hollow. you gain life. Actually, I think my friend who I play with and coworker and training partner actually also, different one than the guy who has the channel, uses this, but from a different printing. And there's a beast. That's a cool looking thing. Where am I putting these? There they are. So I think that's really interesting, the factor of, you know, selling these or buying these and saving them unopened. And something that I think is, you know, kind of fun, I guess. And it is exciting. So like I said, I don't really know what all of these are. I mean, I can tell because that one is a mythic and it's a planewalker that's, you know, better than a lot of these cards. But I don't really know what all these are. But it's still exciting because, you know, you're getting maybe a rare, maybe a mythics and alternate art, and they're just cool looking. There's another Pyroceratops. Probably have to put those in the deck that I make with this. Almighty Brushwag. Trample. That's interesting. That's funny. Funny flavor text there. I like that one. That's a funny card. Haven't gotten too... Oh yeah, I've gotten some green. What am I talking about? Durable Coil Bug. Another Pacifism. Blister Spit Gremlin. Oh my. Deals 1 damage. Oh, that's not bad. If you are playing against multiple people. Oh, that's good because you can cast a spell, untap him, you know, do that, tap it, so you could do some damage. There's another Essence Scatter, Night Squad Commando, Plummet. Oh no, that guy's not gonna make it. Dranith Healer. See, this has a little bit of a different art style. I think it's good looking too. I like these kind of glow bombs that this guy has. Wingspan Mentor. Interesting. I guess there's water in the background. Why, it was a blue card. Lead the Stampede. A little bit of rhyming on that one. Dire Tactics. So this is like you would want to use this one if it was a human deck. Put that one over here. Oh, this one is supposed to be a good card. And it doesn't, it's just a rare, it's not a mythic, but I saw, oh, it's a companion. So I did get a companion. Because we play casual, people I play with, I don't think we like care about the change that they made to companion. But I'd probably be able to use this. So that's an interesting one. I'm glad I got a companion. And got a foil mountain. Oh yeah. It's always funny to see those foil lands because it's like, you know, I mean, it still has a cool, like, I don't know, I shouldn't like poo at it. Cool art on it and everything. And Tranquil Cove. It's another gain life when you enter the battlefield. And a token. All right, I think this is the last one, and Dan of Cascade Card Wranglers. Again, check out his site. He knows a lot more about this. If you're interested in these cards, you should check out his not site, but channel, Cascade Card Wranglers. He told me you have to say when you're opening your last pack magic. Let's get some good stuff out of this. I feel like I already got some good stuff out of these, but let's get some even better stuff. So last pack magic here. I feel like these are coming out backwards. I didn't, to me, it would make, I mean, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but it would make sense for the card to be forward. Lava Serpent. Oh man, 5/5. Cycling Haste. Not bad. But it costs a lot, 6 mana. Main Serval. That's a cool looking card. It's kind of a More of a defender, maybe. Vigilance, so yeah, you can attack with it. It doesn't tap, I think is what that means. I'm not 100% sure. There's another Whisper Squad. Also, you can search for more of these. So that might be a good thing to have. There's another Sudden Spinnerets. Mysterious Egg. This is another one I feel like I've seen people say that there's something good about this, but I'm not 100% sure. But that's colorless, so that'll go over here. Corpse Churn. Oh my. Why are we churning corpses? Oh, that's, you know, that could be good. Not a very high cost on that. That's an instant, so that's something you could use. A Patagia Tiger. Shredded Sails. Hampering Snail. Or not Snail. Snare. Monstrous Step. Wow. +7/+7. So this would be good for something that has trample. Trample, maybe I'm not thinking of trample. Trample maybe makes you direct damage to the player, and there's something that the leftover damage from a creature goes to the player. This would be good if you were using that. And we got another Stormwild Caprador. A Grim Dancer. Oh, 2 counters. That's not bad. Menace, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Oh, there's a Mythos of Illuna. That's the guy who I mentioned earlier who grants wishes, or maybe he doesn't grant wishes, but he's supposed to like make dreams come true, literally like create dreams. But interesting card. Swamp and Dinosaur Beast. So that's it. I think I got some good cards here. You know, like I say, I'm not an expert, but I think this Mythic Narset is good, and the Otter I think is good. So yeah, one thing when I've tried to make decks, it's taken a crazy amount of time. So I think it's good that this is supposed to be a 40 card deck, and I'll have to try to make a deck out of this and, you know, see what I can come up with. But it's been fun doing this. I have to say, like, even though I don't know all that much about all the cards, it's still fun. Now, I think that these pre-release kits cost something like $25 or $30 normally. You know, so you can make a deck out of it, and it's supposed to also be like a interactive thing between different people. I think more than one person gets those, and you make a deck and then you play, and so I think that would be really fun, and hopefully once things kind of calm down, we can do one of these limited or even a draft with, you know, some of my coworkers and friends who play. So like I said, I know this is not the normal Knife Thoughts content. At least there has been a little bit of knife content, you know, using this Unicorn Ivory Acrylic GEC 62 and some cards with knives, and talking about the similarities between the two hobbies. But I just wanted to make this video because I do appreciate Dan of Cascade Card Wranglers giving me this pack, or I guess pre-release kit. And if you're interested in these cards, definitely check out his channel. I think he's going to be doing a lot of cool stuff, and I've enjoyed, like I said, watching his videos, even though I don't know that much about it. So check out Cascade Card Wranglers. As always, check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you know when I post new videos. I've got lots of videos about knives, all kinds of different knives and knife topics. And check out my website, knifethoughts.com, where I post blog articles, and my social media, all at Knife Thoughts. And as always, don't forget to go out and do good.